This is the Innovators Compass, a very practical tool that can help us in any project that we're undergoing in any community. Let's stress on the point that it is a compass and not a map, since each project is unique with its challenges and circumstances. So you can use it to guide you forward, not to tell you where the location is. And we'll see how in a bit. For community projects, we use design thinking, a systematic and human-centric approach, and this compass is the main tool we need to make this approach clearer and more tangible. Now, we always revolve around the people central to the project, in my case, the farmers. We start observing their lives, gathering outside information from them, how they do things, what problems they face and why, how do they feel about these problems and their solutions, how some of these people, called positive deviants, are more successful when following different approaches when dealing with these problems. The most important thing in this phase is not to make assumptions, ask as many questions as you can, and listen carefully to all the details. In my case, their main problem is weeding, since it's the most expensive method and it takes a lot of their time. They solve it by spraying herbicides and hand weeding. And these have their own problems that prevent the farmers from getting what they want at the end of the day. And now, what do they really want? Now, we gather all these details and analyze the principles, the second step. Here we try to understand what values or outcomes matter the most to them. For example, in my case, a pattern I recognized after interviewing many farmers is that they care about spending more time with their family. Because farming takes a lot of their time, they would love to incorporate more farming practices that are less of a hassle and can give them more free time. Another thing is profiting at the end of the season and lowering the risk of losing money. How might you help them make more profit without causing much hassle? Now we move to the ideas. This is where the brainstorming happens. There is no bad idea. We just need a huge number of relevant ideas that can help us take action afterwards. I know now I need to get rid of herbicides and hand weeding, since they cause yield loss and other problems that prevent farmers from profiting more. And I need to make a machine, since it is the least hassle for them. We discovered that machinery is the best option by looking at the positive deviants and how they do things differently. And then, at the end, after deciding the best ideas out there, we list down the experiments needed to achieve our goals. Now, here's a nice way to look at the tool to try to memorize it. It has 4 directions like a real compass. The big picture here is the North Pole. Principles and ideas are the big picture, but the observations and steps are all the details. Likewise, observations and principles show us the past and present of our target community, what already happened to them and still happening, while the ideas and experiments are about the future, the new possible ways to solve the community's problem. And it doesn't stop here. This tool is not used just once or twice. There are many ways to iterate on this tool as we journey with our project, and most importantly, it doesn't follow a concrete waterfall plan. Instead of the traditional waterfall approach that gets us from A to B to C, this one moves in iterations forward. For me, since I'm building a startup, I follow lean and agile methods, where I build and experiment and measure with the people I'm involved with and learn from them, and based on these new observations, I go out there and iterate with new ideas and experiments. But this time, I've already improved a lot. And that's where this tool comes in handy. You know where to go next.